With the release of King Von's body cam footage from the night he died, a deep secret has come to light. Von's cousin Beau revealed that King Von's own security guard allowed him to run out into the street and get into the fight, without stepping in. Even more suspicious, that same security guard disappeared afterward and deleted his Instagram.
Security guard let him walk. You get paid he get paid to protect. How the f you let him walk over? Like, you ain't supposed to let him fight. You ain't supposed to be touching nobody. Security guard, if anything, you make sure Quando them leave. Whoever else they was with, you make sure they leave. How you let him walk over somebody that's the reason y'all here, the reason everybody in this parking lot here, this man right here making the money, y'all his entrepreneurs. That security guard, there's something fishy with him. That's why he deleted his Instagram. Right. So I definitely feel like it's foul play. I don't know where it's coming from, but I definitely feel like it's some weird.
After King Von's security guard deleted his Instagram the very next day, he seemingly vanished, and no one has seen him since. This raised serious questions and triggered a wave of speculation. One threatening message even suggested that there are major holes in the story of King Von's death, claiming that if you truly investigate, things just don't add up. Some even believe Von might have faked his own death to avoid facing multiple murder charges. After his passing, Von was posthumously tied to the lead role in FBG Duck's murder, allegedly paying O Block members $100K and gifting them Diamond O Block chains for carrying out the hit, along with being linked to several other Chicago homicides, as highlighted in Traplore Ross's King Von documentary. Around that same time, someone close to Von tweeted, "Von made it through his 2 surgeries, woke up screaming for his firearm, went into shock, then passed. He had only 1 more surgery to go."
Von made it through 2 surgeries. He had 3 surgeries, so he made it through 2 surgeries. And then after the second surgery, he hopped off the bed and started fighting the nurse and said where his was at, and he went into shock. So he was surgery. How hours later, Taylor knows he fought the nurse. He the one told me that. His mom didn't even know that. How you knowing what's going on inside the hospital? That because she was here at the hospital.
King Von was still alive after being shot. He even made it to the hospital. Now that this information is coming to light, many are questioning how Boozy knew 2 years ago that Von didn't have a firearm on him at the time.
Like you said, the King Von situation. Like, there was absolutely no reason for Von to be rolling around with that dude. Like, there was no, especially since he had security. Like, you know, someone should have jumped in. He should have never even. I almost feel like if you have real security.
I feel like they would have been more ready in Chicago.
Sad, man. Sad. I mean, the whole King Von thing is really
man,
for everyone right now.
Definitely up, bro. I like King Von.
The story surrounding King Von's passing only gets more confusing the deeper you dig. As you begin investigating the details, you start to notice serious holes, and slowly, the truth starts to emerge. On November 5th, 2020, King Von and his crew went out to a club in Atlanta to celebrate the release of his album Welcome to O Block. It was meant to be a night of celebration for his rising music career, but no one could have predicted how it would end. Von, well aware of the dangers that come with being a famous rapper, didn't take chances. That night he rolled deep, with a team of 25 friends and security guards assigned to keep an eye on him. In fact, his manager even mentioned how seriously Von took his personal security.
I travel one security that moves with Von, and he traveled with 2 more security. You know what I'm saying? Von traveled in a crew truck, and not only that, his guys are security, man. He traveled with 10 to 15 guys daily. They protect and love Von more than any security will. We're like 8, 10 cars deep, 20, 25 on the rock.
But later that night, something shifted in King Von. He began acting out of character, making decisions that would ultimately put his life in jeopardy. While the party at the Atlanta club had been going smoothly, things began to wind down around 2:30 a.m. As the atmosphere settled, Von's crew started leaving, planning to return to their hotel rooms and call it a night. However, Vaughn had a change of heart and decided to go in a different direction, one that would change everything.
Everybody's mind leaving the club is that we're going to the hotel and Airbnb. Because that's normal routine. Club you went to, the after hours wasn't getting paid for it, and I have no acknowledgement of this team that have no acknowledgement of. That was the complete Vaughn decision.
As his crew was heading back to their rooms for the night, Vaughn told his driver to take him to another club, the Monaco Lounge.
Everybody else that was with us driving to the Airbnb, and Vaughn literally went to the venue by himself. We got a call later from people in the car like, hey bro, we get by. Matter of fact, I think from the DJ was like, hey bro, we get by ourselves. Like, where you guys at? And everybody rerouted to that venue.
For some reason, the others in Vaughn's truck didn't inform the rest of the team until they had already arrived at Monaco, forcing everyone else to make U-turns and head in the opposite direction. But once they got there, Vaughn's manager sensed something was off. Instead of going into the club, Vaughn sat silently in the truck for 30 minutes.
For some reason, Vaughn was, this man is like, I promise you, the best artist I ever moved in my life. For some reason that night was off. Like, he stayed in the car for like 30, 35 minutes.
After some time, Vaughn finally agreed to go inside. His team first sent in security to scout the venue and make sure everything was safe.
I went to the car he was in. I was like, yo, Vaughn. Went inside the passenger seat. I was like, yo, Vaughn, bro, what's going on? Everybody here, wait, let's go. He was like, all right, let's go. We're telling security, hey, it's time to go in now. Vaughn's ready. You know what I'm saying? We've been here 2 minutes. Let's go inside. Check the venue, go inside, check the outside, make sure there's no...
But the real danger was waiting in the parking lot. Quando Rondo and his crew were in their own vehicle. One of King Von's crew members spotted Quando and immediately reported it to Vaughn.
Right before we go inside the club, one of his homeboys came to the car and said, hey, so-and-so's here. And Vaughn just jumped up like, oh, come on, let's go.
Almost instantly, King Von jumped out of the car and rushed to confront Quando. As Vaughn came around the front of Quando's vehicle, he began swinging on him.
Jumped out the car. By the time Vaughn jumped out the car, I don't even think he knew where so-and-so was. He just jumped out the car. He bumped into so-and-so. As soon as he bumped into so-and-so, started brawling.
Right as the brawl started, it only took a few seconds for Quando's friend, Lil Tim, to come around the backside of the white car and open fire on King Von, hitting him 4 times and shooting his manager once in the leg. In a matter of seconds, King Von's team pulled out their own firearms and retaliated against Lil Tim. As if the situation wasn't bad enough, 2 officers pulled up nearby, responding to the gunfire. They unleashed multiple rounds into the area where Van's and Quando's crews had taken cover, hitting one of King Von's team members. Amidst all this chaos, King Von remained holding Quando Rondo on top of him, using him as a shield.
Was he trying to take Von's chain, or?
Honest truth, I don't think he really had no jewelry on, and from the people that was a little closer, Von was actually holding onto him. And you ain't even know it. You hear, like, even through getting that strong, like he was literally holding him.
Once the chaos settled a bit, Quando's team jumped into their cars and sped off to the hospital to get Lil Tim help. Meanwhile, King Von's closest friend, Muwok, ran into the middle of the street, picked up King Von, and helped him into the getaway vehicle. Despite being hit 4 times, Von remained conscious the entire time and did his best to keep everyone's spirits up.
When he was in the car, I myself wasn't there. The gentleman that was in the car with him was panicking, and Vaughn was the one that was like, hey, calm down, slow down, chill, I'm gonna be good. Into the hospital. And honest truth, we all thought that the way he was carrying himself from that incident, and what I was told from the people in the car, that he would be fine.
After arriving at the hospital, King Von was rushed into the operating room, but unfortunately, passed away during surgery. The news sent shockwaves through the entire rap industry.
Made national headlines as officials confirmed one of the 3 people thanked was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends.
2 groups of individuals got into a physical altercation. That physical altercation escalated into an exchange of...
King Von's passing deeply impacted Oblak, so much so that even visiting his mural requires extra caution and respect.